Let's be honest. When you picture a Wall Street trader, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably some character from a movie, right? Super slick, talking a mile a minute, making these huge decisions without even blinking, totally emotionless. But what if I told you that whole stereotype is not just wrong, it's the complete opposite of what it really takes to win? Let's dive into the real mind of a trader. So, we've all bought into this myth of the trader as a cold, calculating robot. But the science? Well, the science tells a way more interesting story. It turns out the best traders aren't machines at all. They're deeply feeling humans who've just gotten really, really good at mastering their own internal world. See, the secret isn't to kill your emotions, it's to actually understand them. All right, so first, we've got to unpack this myth. I mean, where did this idea of the perfectly rational, logical trader even come from? And why is it so sticky? This quote here, it really just nails the whole debate. For decades, traditional economics tried to tell us that markets are these perfectly rational places. But come on, anyone who's ever watched their money go up or down knows that feeling, that heart-pounding moment. There is definitely more to it. So the real question is, are all those feelings just noise? Or are they actually part of the signal? And that right there leads us to the big idea we're exploring today. What if our feelings, our gut instincts, all those physical reactions, what if they aren't some kind of bug in our system that we need to get rid of? What if, for the absolute best performers, they're actually a feature, a kind of biological toolkit that helps them navigate total chaos? Now let's look at how this all plays out physically. Because trading isn't just happening in your head. Your entire body is in the game with you. And it's reacting, big time, to every single move the market makes, a lot of the time without you even realizing it. Oh man, if you've ever traded, these probably look painfully familiar. That intense fear of missing out, right? FOMO. It makes you chase a stock way too late. Or how about revenge trading? You take a loss, you get angry, and you just dive right back in to get your money back, only to make things worse. And of course, that huge adrenaline dump after a big win or a big loss that just completely fogs up your brain. These are serious stress responses, and they can absolutely wreck your decision-making. So how can we actually, measure what's going on inside? Well, scientists have this incredible metric called heart rate variability, or HRV. It's not just about how fast your heart is beating, it's about the teeny tiny variations in time between each beat. Think of it like a window straight into your nervous system, telling you just how stressed out or balanced you really are. So when you're stressed or angry or frustrated, your HRV signal looks like this. It's jagged, it's messy, it's all over the place. Scientists call this a chaotic state. And when you're in this state, your brain just doesn't work right. Your thinking gets cloudy, your memory is shot, and your ability to make a good call plummets. This is basically your body screaming, abort mission, not ready to perform. But now, look at the difference. This is your heart when you're calm, you're focused, you're in the zone. See how smooth and rhythmic that wave is? That's called a coherent state. It means all your body's systems are working together in perfect harmony, super efficiently. This, right here, is the physiological sweet spot for peak performance. And the best part is, it's a state you can actually learn to create yourself. Okay, so this whole idea of your body sending you signals brings us to something we all talk about but maybe don't take seriously enough: gut feelings. Turns out that phrase is way more literal than you probably think. There's a scientific name for this. It's called interoception, and all it really means is your brain's ability to sense what's going on inside your own body. It's that data stream coming from your heart, your lungs, your stomach. It's the actual science behind intuition, and it turns out to be a massive deal for making smart choices when the pressure's on. And get this isn't just theory. An absolutely wild study by the NIH found that a trader's ability to accurately feel their own heartbeat, their interoception skill, was a direct predictor of whether they would survive long-term on the trading floor. The conclusion is just mind-blowing. Being more in tune with your body literally helps you make more money and keep your job. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. The study showed that the pros, the experienced traders who were actually profitable, were way, way better at detecting their own heartbeat than the rookies were. It wasn't just that they knew more about the market, they knew more about themselves. It's like the market itself filters out the people who aren't listening to their own bodies. So how'd they get this info? They went right into the belly of the beast. You can see it in these sketches from the study. They literally wired up traders on live trading floors, tracking everything from their heart rate to how tense their muscles were. It gave them this incredible real-time look at the connection between market madness and the trader's inner world. Okay, so we've established our body state is crucial. The science is solid. So the million-dollar question is, can we actually do anything about it? And the answer is a huge resounding yes. You can train your internal state, just like you'd train a muscle at the gym. You know, in the military, elite units talk about the 3 S's for peak performance. It's not enough to just have the skills and the strategy. The third leg of that stool, and maybe the most important, is your state. Elite soldiers train their physical and emotional state so they can actually use their skills when things get crazy. And that exact same idea applies to the trading floor. So what's a practical way to do this? One of the simplest, most powerful tools is called box breathing. Navy SEALs use this to stay calm in life or death situations. It's super easy. You just breathe in for a count of 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold again for 4. You do that for just a couple of minutes, and you can literally shift your nervous system out of that chaotic state and back into that calm, coherent. And today, we have a massive advantage with technology. We can get real-time data on our own state. Your Apple Watch can ping you if your heart rate suddenly spikes, which is your cue to take a break and breathe. There are neurofeedback headbands that can tell you if you're actually focused. Even just tracking your sleep can tell you if your body is recovered enough to even be making good decisions in the first place. And the results from this kind of training are just incredible. Check out this data from a study where traders did 6 weeks of HRV biofeedback training. The changes were huge. Stress and frustration went way down, while things like relaxation, motivation, and most importantly, decisiveness went way up. This stuff really truly works. So when you start to put all these pieces together, you realize we've been looking at the whole game all wrong. The real edge, the actual superpower of an elite trader, has nothing to do with being an emotionless robot. And this is probably the most important part of this whole thing. This skill, the ability to listen to your body and manage your internal state, it's not just for traders. Think about surgeons, athletes, CEOs, even parents. It's for anyone who has to make important decisions under pressure. Understanding your own biology is a universal superpower. So let's just boil it all down. Here are the key things to take away. Number 1, emotions aren't your enemy, they're data. The goal isn't to get rid of them, it's to get aware of them. Number 2, your body is constantly sending you critical information. Learning to listen is a skill you can develop. And number 3, which is the most empowering part, you can actively train your body and mind to perform at your best when it matters most. And that kind of leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. In a world where AI and algorithms are getting smarter and faster every single day, maybe our ultimate human advantage isn't trying to act more like a machine. Maybe our greatest edge lies in learning how to be better at being human.